Okay, good afternoon all. I hope everyone is well. Okay, so we just seem to be ranging so far overnight highs, overnight lows. We had those couple of pushes down day before yesterday and yesterday, but we're just going sideways now. We got some news coming up at 3 o'clock. ISM Services PMI news, and we've had some unemployment claims and non-farm employment earlier, which gave us that little spike, but nothing major. So I'm just wondering, leading up to this ISM Services, possibly why we're just going sideways. Incidentally, my affiliate code is still not working at the moment. I emailed them a couple of days ago, and I messaged Chris Childers earlier, who apparently is in hospital. He's had some surgery. Not sure what it is, but he was saying he's happy to be alive, so I'm guessing it was pretty serious. He did say if he was at his computer, he'd have a look for me. But there you go. So let's have a look. So it's going to be a short day for me today. I'm doing 2 hours maximum. If I get a trade, it may even be a little bit earlier than that. It's my daughter's 16th today. I mentioned yesterday. So it will be a shorter day today anyway. We're going to have some, we'll have some visitors later. But we are pushing up to these highs again. So this will be interesting. We had a little breakout there, which failed. Opposite one down at the bottom. And we got a little channel working up quite nicely there. So if we can get a break and a new high, I may be looking for a lower high or a failure. ATR is still a little high, so I'll have to just keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the size of the bar. Oh, I just noticed baby squid in Thomas Wade's forum. Nice to see we're getting a few faces there. Sam's in there. I think there's a couple of others as well. Oh, Grohl Daddy's in there as well. Okay, channel up break. Let's have a look, see if we can get something here to the top. But we have got a matching top there, so going to be a little careful there. Okay. So it's almost starting to look like a little bit of a spike in channel here. We're getting this sort of feathering off towards the top. So maybe this is just slightly wider. Yeah, I actually like that. It's almost like a two-tiered channel. Just want to see what anybody else has got. Okay, see if we can get a second entry here. Nothing really. Crosses over straight up. No entry there. Quiet in the chat today. Anybody with me? Okay, this is interesting. Possibly a leg, possibly a leg. We are finding some support there. So I'll have to be a bit careful there. Let's see if we can get two nice legs down. How you doing? Jay, how you doing? Ionis, how are you? You're here in the background. Okay. Possible second entry. I'm a little bit cautious about this because of these 3 touches. Scruffy, how you doing, buddy? Let's have a look. 2 nice legs, I got to say. Let's see what happens there. My only slight concern is this bit of support here. It's trying to push up, but I don't think it's losing it, isn't it? Yeah, it's losing that. I don't think that's going to push up unless we bounce off the midline. There is some support. You can see the midline's playing a part there. So if I take something here, it's only going to be a high or low. I can't see this going up now. This is coming down to me. We have its support, so we'll see what happens. As long as we stay above this midline. So 1,000 tick chart. 2 legs back in a bullish bar. Bit dangerous in my opinion, so I'm going to wait for the higher low. If we can get a higher low, we'll have a go at that. That did work. But in my opinion, you've got to wait for the higher low, really. Look at that. See, we're in the channel there on that 2,000 tick chart, although it's pushing up strong. It's a bit irrelevant. I don't want to go long into that EMA. See if we can get a higher low. This is just pushing. This is. There is a bit of support here. Let's see if we get through it. If we bounce off this a 3rd time, I don't really want to be going long into it. Same again, as soon as it's hit that rejection. So we've had a channel up here once, twice, 3 times. Okay, leg, a little bit of sideways, we may get another leg. So this may push now, we may get through this. Let's say we've hit it again. Go on, push through it. I expect a little bit of a pop. Okay, we're through that now. So I think it's likely we get closer to the top. Mind you, having said that, channel break new high. We have made a new high. First attempt, second attempt. So that to me looks like 2 little pushes. So let's see how high this gets. At the moment, it's just range rules. We're bouncing clearly off the high. So channel with a break. 1, 2 pushes up. So maybe look for a lower high or a failure. A long failure to the heading down. We'll see how we get on. Keeping in mind, we've got some news. I nearly missed this. I checked on Forex Factory. I nearly missed this because on none of my charts at the moment we've got no news. This news add-on just isn't working at the moment. I'm just going to whip onto Forex Factory and just double check I got that right. I'm pretty sure I have. Let's have a look. Yeah, ISM services at 3 p.m. UK time. That's the last of it, really. Crude oil inventories, natural gas, just doesn't do anything really, that. So channel break, 1, 2 pushes up to a new high, bearish bar. I always avoid this first one. A lot of times it will trigger you, stop you out, and then come down, and we're not quite as high as I'd like at the moment. Jay, when I hit reload Ninja Script after the market opened, it started working. I don't think I got it on at the moment. Let me just put it back on. Ninja Script doesn't seem to work for me for some reason. I don't know why. I notice Mac's still working. That's it. So let's just get rid of low impact and let's enable filter. Where is it? Enable country filter. We don't need anything else by US. Delete that. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it's working. So far, so good. I ain't touching a thing now. I usually bring it down because it's stuffing into that there, but okay, so yeah, we have. It's a bit backward, this, really, for some reason. This 130 news should be, it's supposed to come down in order unless it, oh no, it goes up in order. So, Jolt's job opening, didn't we have that yesterday? What's going on here? Something's not right. Didn't we have Jolt's job openings yesterday? Hit the F5 button. If you hit it more than 3 times within a period, it stops and you have to hit F5. That's strange. Yeah, click the today box. As soon as I start messing with it again, it just disappears. Let's have a look. Right, okay. Yeah, there is a box which just shows today's, isn't there? Let's have a look. Are we on the right thing? Are we? We're not, are we? Let's have a look. Show only today. There we go. I bet it'll disappear now. Oh no! Bloody hell! I'm shocked. Okay, ISM service is okay. Yeah, it was showing you yesterday. Nice one, thanks, Jay. On your left chart, hit F5. F5. What did that do? Oh, that got rid of it. That's just made it disappear. On my left chart, hit F5. It's saying calculate. I don't know what's going on. No, it's disappeared now. Click fast, the left chart. Nothing's happening. I don't know. Okay, lower high there. That's interesting. I want to give this chance to make a long because there could be a second entry long. There may be a wider channel here, so I'd rather take the failure just in case. Yeah, that's the issue I have there. I do not want to go short there. It may work, but there is a possibility of a larger channel there. And there is a second entry long on this chart, but you've got to be so careful because of this support. So I'm sitting tight here. Yeah, Thomas Way's got that as a wider channel as well, so it is risky. So there is a second entry long there, but how high is it going to go? We've had a breakout which instantly failed. Pushed up, crossed over, came down. So I think it's risky taking this. I don't even want to go short here at the moment because it's a little bit stacked. What's likely to work? Got no idea. We're clearly ranging at the moment. This is a break, so this could be a long failure. We know we've got what's its trap there, so if that pushes down sharpish, we may get a quick push there, but let's just look any different. There is a failure there, so we've got leg down, 2 attempts to push higher. This could fail, or it could push up. So we know we got it at 3 o'clock anyway, UK time, so let's see what happens. Tempted to put an order there, but that's 13 ticks, so 14, 15, 16. It's going to be massive, that is. It can go either way, yeah, it can do. I could put an order there, but it could stop that out and then push up again like a double trap. So safest thing to do is to stay. It does look like it's pushing up. Now, sometimes, obviously, we know when we get when it fails like this, a lot of time it comes up and has another go. So it's trapped some more longs in there. So there's a second entry long. So if this does break below there, for me, this is going to come down. That's if it breaks below. I think there is. Let's have a look. Oh, there's more news apparently in 2 minutes. Is there more news at 1:45? I don't know. We just try this thing again. As soon as I touch something, it disappears. So let's just remove it. And then try it again. Try it one last time. So get rid of low impacts. Show only today. Enable country filter. Delete it. Keep your fingers crossed. Nothing. Let's try F5 on this. Nothing. It doesn't like me today. Okay, so someone said we got news. I don't know why it just keeps working 1 minute and then not the next. Someone said we got news at 1:45, which is now. And we have got some we know. Okay, so it did work. Not before stopping you out, though. Stopped you out for what? That's frustrating there. Second entry long. I know there's bound to be some traders in there. Stops you out for 1 tick, turns and rockets up. Yeah. So it was a bit of a double trap, that was. Shorts in there going long, triggered, stopped out. Second entry longs in there, triggered, stopped out, and then it rockets up. It started to go a bit stacked anyway, so I think you get used to noticing them areas where you're thinking, ooh, is it going to come down because of the range, or is it going to push up because of the channel? So that channel now, fit in nice. Touch, 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 break, new high. So possible looking for shorts now, but I want it to get below that EMA, really. That did interest me. Because sometimes when we have a break, we make 2 pushes. So we just sit tight. No red folder news, only at 10 AM in 50 minutes. Yeah, I saw that. I think somebody mentioned it on Thomas Wade's. It may be medium impact or low impact. I find that really doesn't do anything. So yeah, it's the 3 o'clock news, which is the one we need to pay attention to, and obviously that one as well. So push down. I guess this is going to go like that. That's definitely a break. That's definitely a new high. We're clearly ranging. We've pushed in nicely, so maybe a lower high here. We'll see. But I think this is going to push down strongly once it gets below. Once it gets so, sometimes it will get so far and then just start to drop. There's a second entry there, so be interested to see if it gets below there. If it does, I expect it to pick off. There's liquidity down here, down here, down here. So there's quite a lot of liquidity. The only liquidity available on the daily, really, since the middle of yesterday, is here. But I doubt it would go back up to that, to be honest with you. Especially as we've cleared all that lot. There's way more down here. So, second entry short here. Might not be terrible. I've actually got one there. That's just way too far, that is. This thing's coming down for me. No good, that one. Although it may work. We got to have a little bit of a push here. There's nothing you can do down there. It's just too far. Yeah, so just clearly, I mean, break out of this. So, you know, when you're doing this, you're clearing all this up, you're thinking, excuse me, you're thinking short. But we've had this channel. So we got sort of longs fighting to break a new high and shorts trying to get this thing to push down. So there was a lower high there, which triggered, pushed up and eventually got stopped out. There was also a second entry long, which triggered, eventually got stopped out. So it stopped the long out, pushed up, stopped the short out. And you can see it's starting to stack up. So when it's like that, you really just got to leave it alone. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself in a heaps of trouble. Jay, moving my range top a little higher. You are. Yeah, I think we can do that. We can go to there. Perfect. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, you can see, look at that, even better. So it's clearly at the moment ranging, isn't it? We had a little breakout there, small breakout there. That's fair enough. In fact, I think we can even take that down lower as well. Happy days. So perfect touch yesterday. Yesterday's not lows, but after the base of 2 legs down, bounce there, nice bounce there. Small breakout there, small breakout here. That's fair enough. So for me, this is likely to come down. But I'd like to have a little push up and at least trap something here. Let me just see if I can make this a bit wider. Yeah, I'm okay there. So leg. Okay, we've broken above that. We've triggered above that bullish bar there. I still wouldn't feel comfortable with that because it's a bit stacked here. Really, we want a second entry short here, really. Because you can get in trouble, even though it's a range day and it's likely to come down. It can mess you around before it does. Let's have a look. This 1,000 tick chart's not looking terrible. Okay, so we've had a break here. No second entry short or anything yet. I'd like a couple of little legs. And then down. We could get something off this. I'm going to put that there, I think. Reason is Thomas Wade's got his down. It looks all right on his chart, so I'm going to listen to him. So little break there. We need a second entry short though. Push up. Trigger that bullish bar there. Push, and then a bearish bar here. And that'll interest me there. There is a second entry short on the 1,000 tick chart, but it's stacked up. Let's have a look. We maybe look for a failed breakout. Yeah, look at that. Can't take that. I don't think it's dangerous. Push up. I think this is going to push up, clear out any possible, because there may be stops there and along there, clear out the stops and then come down. I could be wrong, but I'd expect that to happen. So maybe a failure here. So trigger the longs, traps the longs, clears out the shorts and drops. That's the type of trade I'm looking for. So I'm going to get an order ready.
Order submitted.
Here. You can see on both charts there. Beautiful. So it's trapped the longs there. I want this to come down now. Which do I take it on? Whatever looks best, I think. No, I don't want it to push up. I want that to come down nice and bearish. Not bearish enough, unfortunately. Which is a shame. Okay, we haven't got 2 full legs yet, so... I want that to go a bit higher, really. No higher than that. So, leg and a leg. I'm looking for a bearish bar there. I don't like that. It's going to have to be a lower high, if anything. It looks like it's trying to retest the top of this. Mind you, I've got this higher, so let's get this up to about there, I think. Okay, there may be a larger channel on the go there. So I'm just getting rid of this just for the minute.
Order cancelled.
There's this news coming up, 6 minutes. Okay, that's enough now. Let's just sit and wait now for this news. Where's my tea? Yeah, my code still isn't working at the moment for some reason. I did message Chris Childers. I didn't realise he's actually in hospital. I know he works for Apex occasionally. He jumps on his laptop and sorts it out for me, but he's in hospital at the moment. I'm not sure what's happened, but he did say he's happy to be alive, so I'm assuming it was pretty nasty, whatever it was. So I'm hoping Apex get back to me sometime today. Some advice. Withdraw 2K. Still want to get to that, yeah. Log into Apex and go to request payment. My accounts are not there. Now I have emailed them and they said they need to activate the evaluation account in performance account. Not sure what that does mean. And they've said they need to activate the evaluation account into performance account. Okay. Do I need to make $3,000 of that? Okay. If you listen to me, bud, it's all right. I've had a message from Straight Lines Tattoo. No, you don't. If you get above 2,600 or above, you can withdraw as long as you are within that. You haven't exceeded that 30% consistency rule. As long as you've traded 10 days, you're there. Okay, I thought rather than me type it out, as long as you've traded for 10 days or more. So if it's day 10 today, you have to wait till tomorrow. As long as you've not gone over the 30% rule, which I think is about, let's say, $750, $800 on a day. And once it gets to 2,600 or more, you've got plenty then. You can make a withdrawal. Yeah, you can. I don't know why Apex have said they have to change it from an evaluation. Yeah, Dean. And they didn't work when Apex's code, which you say it worked. So there's a few others hasn't. I tell you what happens. Once in a while, it does this, and you got to message them, and they reset it. I don't know why, but I'm guessing if a couple it's not working, then there may be an issue with it. I don't know. Also try Coast Mother Inflicit, and they didn't work when Apex's code, which is save 80, did work. I'm not sure what's going on there, bud. Thank you for reaching out. Good question. Once you have passed the evaluation account, I activate the evaluation account into a performance account, and then you can begin building up the balance. For a payout, currently your Apex account does not have any performance account, which means you're not eligible for payouts. They've said. I'm not sure about that, bud. I'm not sure. I just email them back and just say, look, I've been trading for 16 days. It sounds like they've got something wrong there. Oh, so the Canadian futures trade isn't working either. I'm not sure that. I haven't heard nothing back. And I don't know. I might have to reach out to someone. I wouldn't have thought they would do that. Stop payments from affiliates, because they'll just, it doesn't make sense that. There may be something wrong, but I'm guessing if it's happened to a load of people, they'll get on it, I think. Sam's just worked. Yeah, I'm not sure, bud. Might be just some. I think every now and again you have to reset it, because let me think. If you, let's say for instance, you're no longer a customer of Apex, you've got no longer an account, say you've moved on, rather than them continue to keep paying you, they probably zero everything out until you contact them and say, why isn't my work? And they reset it. I'm pretty sure that's probably how it goes. I have 16 days of trading, 1 loser and 30 winners, all consistent trading. Well, that's about as consistent as you can get, mate. Sounds like they've made a mistake there. It won't be hard for them to figure that one out, so just keep on top of it, I would. Now, I'm not sure what their waiting time is. I emailed them about my... well, I know they've got one guy out of the picture because Chris is in hospital. I emailed them about my affiliate code on Tuesday, where are we today? Thursday, so 48 hours ago, and I've heard nothing myself. So they may be a bit busy, mate, which I'm surprised. Usually, if they're having problems, they're busy, but I've heard nothing yet. So just keep on top of them, bud. I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating when you want your money. So interesting. So that's just taking out anything there. So, no, tell a lie, it's the news, isn't it? So best thing to do, mate, is just keep on top of it. And what you'll have to do, if you fall out the payment window, you're going to have to email them and say, look, this isn't my fault. This is your mistake. Will you honour the payout window? I've heard them do that for people. I'm not about... I am not about 6K, as it's not my main business, but yeah, frustrating. Okay, as long as you're not worried about the money. But I have heard a couple of people say if they've had problems, they have honoured the payout request, even though it's out, or they've opened up that payout request. But I'm pretty sure I heard a couple of weeks ago, about 10 days ago, that they're a couple of weeks off from introducing these new rules and settings, and I'm pretty sure one of them is going to be quick payments, which is good news. And I believe they've ordered a lot. They've had a lot more staff as well, which hopefully would improve response time. And I'll tell you why. If you trade with My Funded Futures, you can speak to them live there and then. I know I've done it myself. I had a problem. I couldn't figure something out. Clicked on live chat, sorted it out for me in 2 minutes. So that's what I like about My Funded Futures at the moment. Now, if Apex want to compete now with the likes of My Funded Futures, with the likes of what's the other one? Where you can go straight into a live count, they're going to have to make things a little bit more attractive. And that's the good thing about when you get lots of competition. They usually fight for your custom and they're offering you better and better things. So I'd say in the not so distant future, I'm talking maybe a week, 2 weeks max, and we should hear about all this new stuff coming out, and that will make our lives a lot less stressful. I mean, trading's stressful it is without worrying about, you know, things going wrong and are you going to get your money in? Is this going to break down? So this is interesting. So we've had a push up from the news and this thing is holding, which is making me think we're not recovering this. We're pushing up, bit of structure, pushing up, bit of structure, pushing up, bit more. This is going up like a channel. And in fact, there was a nice second entry there, but I tend to don't take them when they're that far away from the EMA, but it doesn't mean you can't. Have you heard before about performance account? Have you heard before about performance account? I'm not sure what you mean, mate. Have I heard about the performance account? Are you on about with this new stuff? Yeah, elaborate a little bit more, but I'm not 100% sure what you mean. So this is interesting. So maybe this is a break. Let's have a look. Are we going to get 2 legs here, or is there a larger channel there maybe? Not sure about this. I wish they'd introduce. I wish they do. You know, all this AI stuff coming out. They could do it. I wish YouTube would do something like that with these comments, so you could just speak instead of having to type. It'd be so much easier to just speak the comment, and then they just print it out for you. It'd be so easy. It is a pain having to type all the time. I mean, I don't have to do it, but you guys do. Do you know what is the performance account? The guy me emailed it. Is on about. I'm not sure what you mean, mate. what's the performance account? Performance account is just a PA account. It's when you go from an evaluation to a live account. So you do your evaluation, you hit your $3,000, you get an email the following day or later that day. Then you go into your pay, you sign your life away, and then they open you up a PA account within 30 minutes or so. And all that means is it's like it's just a performance account that you go on from it's still technically a sim, but they put you on this so you could earn money, and then at some point in the future they could then put you onto an actual live account. I don't know when they do it or whatever, but yeah, it's just where you move on. Performance account, PA account. It's that's all it is really. What is going on here? I have never been to 53. To 53. I'm at. That's fine. It's for me. My target is to get to $5,300. So when I take a payment, I've got 1,000 left. But once you've hit $2,600 or $52,600, you can withdraw up to 2,000. That's on a 50K evaluation account. So 2 legs back and a push up. I don't like this at the moment. This either. On a 50K account, yeah. On a 100K account, it's a little bit more. Sorry, on a 150, I think you can take $2,500. On a 250, on a 250, you can take $2,700 and so on. But yeah, once you get to 26, as long as you've done 10 days, you can withdraw. Absolutely. If it's your first one, it may not sound right, but I would withdraw the money because I don't want to say that you're not going to keep that account, but if it's your first one, chances are I've never known anybody who hasn't blown their first one. So I would personally take the money and enjoy the feeling of finally making a bit of money. Now, if you're making tons of money in another job and this isn't, you're not worried about the money or whatever, then leave it by all means. But it's nice to get your first payment. It's a nice feeling. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't really want to go short here in case this thing's going to continue on up. But it's a nice feeling getting your first payment. And it's more important that you get that nice feeling that you are starting to actually succeed. I think it does your mood the world of good. So that pushed up quite solid with the news. That looks like the type of push-up that's going to continue. So let's just put that there. So this is where I think we're likely going to go. What have we got up here? There is, in fact, let's have a look. There's probably a bigger range here. We go up, we come down, a little bit sideways, we bounce again, we push up. So I think there's a good chance we get up here somewhere. So we've got this 1,000-tick chart. That looks okay to me. We've got a break here, 2 legs down, 1, 2 pushes up to a new high bearish bar. So I'm avoiding looking for longs just at the moment. I think some people can get confused sometimes, don't they? If you're new to Apex and you're new to this business, it's easy to get confused. You've got the rules and all that written down, but I don't mind answering for you. I'm quite happy. Sometimes you get confused when you're starting all these terminologies. Sometimes you read it, but it's not clear. So, don't worry about asking. It's fine. So let's have a look. We push up, we touch here, touch here, touch here. We clearly have 2 legs back, 2 pushes up to a new high. So that's technically played out. Now, we haven't hit the measured move yet. There could be a bigger channel here. I doubt this is going to fail and come back. It's gone a bit too far for that. But my concern is this thing goes up. It's hard to say at the moment. Like a second entry long triple test, yeah. I'm not sure about longs at the moment. On the 1,000 tick chart, we've had a break, 2 legs down, 2 pushes up to a new high. So this thing could come down a bit. It could go sideways. I'm not sure where I think things are going at the moment. But you're talking about triple test, aren't you? So I'm assuming you're looking at something like that. Leg and a leg, new low, trap some shorts, maybe bouncy and push up. For me, channel, break, 2 pushes to a new high. It's played out, so this could reverse now. Now, whether it will is a different matter. I have a feeling we may have a larger channel here. So let's just put that like that. See where we go there. See that and that. Let's just clean this up. So touch here. I can come down a little bit more there to there. Touch, touch, touch. Just close enough. That doesn't look too bad to me. So I wouldn't be going long here. Purely and simply because if this is a channel, we're right at the top and we could get down to here. Or at least maybe test the top of this. So for me, this thing is more likely to come down than go up. Just temporarily, because we've got the bottom of a possible range and we've got the top the bottom of a possible channel and the top of a range. So I'm just sitting tight just at the moment. There may be a bit of liquidity there. We pushed above that, we bounced, so it may clear that, get rid of that. Possibly a bit here. So for me at the moment, I'm avoiding taking longs and shorts just at the moment until I figure out whether this is a channel. So there'll be a bit of liquidity there. We pushed above this, bounced. There may be longs jumping in there, so you're thinking this thing may take off, but let's see. But we have got some areas here to confirm top of a range, bottom of a possible channel. Yeah, TW, Thomas Way's just put that on himself now, literally just now. So he's thinking along the same lines. So that's where I was hoping we'd get. So if we can bounce somewhere here, that would be interesting. Don't even mind coming in here a bit, sitting on top of there with a bullish bar, and then maybe catching a higher low up to that EMA. We'll see. Well, this thing could fail. Who knows? I'll be surprised if it does, because we had such a nice, positive, slow move, steady move up for it to just fail, but who knows? Let's have a look. There may have been some liquidity there. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, that copy, sorry, I want to delete it, remove it. Okay, that's positive-ish. I can adjust that fraction, that works for me. I can put that right at the bottom of that red stem there, touch there, sit in there, touching fine on the top, that's good enough for me. So I think there's a chance we could bounce here. But you still got to be a bit careful because we got a channel down here. And I wouldn't want to go long right in a downtrend just at the moment. I'd rather have a break. Maybe a small overshoot. No. So, bullish bar there. Sat on here. Triggered this thing's making an attempt to come down. Trouble is, if we get a higher low there, I can't take it back to the EMA because this is a channel. And yes, after a channel, we have a break and a new extreme, but you don't know how far that break's going to be. It could just break here and come down. So it's very tempting to take that. I think it'll probably work, but I'm just staying out of this at the moment. See if we trap some shorts. Second entry short. I may have a go at the failure. It's just dangerous they are because of the channel. You're going long in a downtrend. Is it going to clear the one out but leave the bottom one? Okay, it hasn't stopped the bar out yet on the 1200 tick chart, which is encouraging. It's taken out that one. It's trapped some shorts. Let's see if we push up now. Still risky in my opinion here. We haven't had a new low yet from this. So this could come in, retest the top of this and come down. It could do, or it could turn up. But normally with a channel, you'd expect a new low. If we get a new low, it's going to take that out. And now we're below this channel, this possible big channel. So I'm just staying out of everything. This thing could come rocketing down. Okay, so channel break, new low. That to me is gone a bit far to be a breakout that fails. But you just don't know. There is kind of a bigger range really, I suppose, if you think. So it could go up there and still come back down to here. Or it could be a channel with a break, new high, now reversal. So who knows? So we know we had a channel up there. Not worried about that because that's just a new spike. So we got a touch, 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 break, sort of two legs, and then up to a new high. There was a bit of news involved there, which gave us that little bit of extra push. So this thing could come down. Maybe it is a fail breakout. I mean, a lot of that push, over half of that push was because of the news. So channel down, one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. There's going to be longs in here, see? Very tempting, that. But I'm staying out of this at the moment. That's one leg up. Could trap a short push up. I'd like to trap a higher low there. Push up to here. Same level. Possible triple test. Push down. Maybe 1, 2, 3. I'd want to come up a bit higher, really. If you take a short here, it could trigger your push up, stop you out, and then come down. I wouldn't take a trade here on the 2000 tick chart. It's a million miles from the EMA, so I'd like to see this push up a little bit higher. So there's a possible first test. So nothing bearish is triggered here anyway. So I'm going to get an order here just in case.
Order submitted.
1, 2. We are testing this underside here. Obviously depends on what happens there. I don't think it's a bigger channel there. It just doesn't make sense. No, that doesn't make sense to me. If there is, it's an overshoot. So I'm still thinking shorts at the moment. Second entry short here, 1, 2. If this comes bearish. That might not be a bad option. I'm going to wait for a lower high here. I'm going to wait for a lower high here. I don't like that there. It's also triggered and pushing up. So let's just move this up a bit. We got no news, so channel down, break, new low. That's interesting. There's a failure there, which is triggered. that could come launching down there. In fact, is that just a failed break out of a range? It may be, but there's a bit of a stem and we're still above this EMA, so I can't take nothing here at the moment. It may come rocketing down. There's a failure there, see? We got a new low here. Try go once, try go twice, push up, triggered. This to me looks like it's starting to channel. Yeah.
Order cancelled.
So channel down here, break, new low, pushing back up. So let me just look at this now. Yeah, this is not reacting like something that may come down. It's looking like something that may continue on up. Certainly on the 1,000-tick chart, that's pushing up. We had a bearish bar there which triggered, pushed straight up, stopped it out. Matt will have some sort of awkward channel drawn today. Yeah, I don't doubt it. It'll probably be something like this, won't it? He does have some odd channels, doesn't he? It makes me laugh sometimes. He has channels like this, doesn't it? Just odd looking channels, which are neither a range or a channel. They're kind of oddly in between, aren't they? Something like that. Yeah, I don't understand how he works those out, to be honest with you. But yeah, he does. They're neither ranges nor channels, really. It's just kind of somewhere in between. This thing looks like it's going up. So it's not a bigger channel, I don't think. Unless it goes from here or here. Kind of doesn't make sense at the moment, that really. We just got that one touch high. Can I take this up anywhere? Maybe slightly larger, or here or something, or here. There may be a bigger range there. There quite likely will be. We'll have to see how far this goes. But I would be surprised if it continues above here. But it doesn't look like it's halting, does it? Very strange. You know, sometimes price action's so predictable. Other times it's hard to know what the hell's going on. So, do you know what? You know, sometimes I talk about this strategy where we get a thin channel, what I call a double width channel. Whenever we get a bearish bar in there, just to buy, that would have been a perfect example there. Because I think it triggered that and then pushed straight up. So buying here, I don't think would be a bad idea, because this thing is a channel with a break and a new low, and it definitely looks like it's working up. So you think it's going to trap some shorts there, 100%. Now, Thomas Wade has changed this to here. He's changed that to there, which might not be terrible. Let's have a look. He's put it there, saying we've had an overshoot and a bigger correction. I'm not sure whether I'd do that. It's not the best looking channel, but it doesn't look awful. But if that's the case, we've got a break and a possible new extreme. So the only reason really for that to be doing that I can think of is it's pushing up for a new high, but it's got quite a distance to go. So I'm surprised we haven't pushed up, bounced here and raggedly gone up. But yeah, see, he's got his there, which looks okay. I'm not worried about that spike. That's a new spike. But then there's an overshoot. So overshoot can result in a full-out reversal, which it kind of is to a degree, but we only get down here, or a bigger correction. Or maybe sometimes it can pop out the same this side and then push up, which it has. You don't see that as much. Whenever you get an overshoot, you more see a correction or a reversal. You don't often see the same out that side and then a push up to retest this side. That's clearly what it's doing. Map channel from the swing low of the open. That one there again. That channel from the swing low after the open. So where do we open? Here. So you're about here, are you? The only reason I can see that pushing up there to take out this is that there maybe is a channel. It's hard to tell really. There could be something bigger. It's always possible. Could be something like that. I mean, it doesn't look much now, but if it continues to work like that, maybe it is. Sometimes at the later day, it looks perfect. That may look perfect in about 3 hours from now, but at the moment, I'm not so sure. So Thomas Wade's got his like that. In fact, that doesn't look terrible. Touch close enough. Touch there, touch there. That I think I might have had that already, have I, at some point? But we got a new high, so maybe it is just a break in a new high. It doesn't often do that with a channel like that. Have the tiniest of breaks and then rockets up. A lot of the time, the bigger the channel, it tends to piss around for about 20 minutes, going sideways, and then eventually works up. It doesn't often do that straight away. That's if that's what it's done. So look, someone else has got theirs there. But then on their channel, this touches the same high as that. So, yeah, so he's got that from there to there, which I have, but his top here matches the top of that new spike. See what I mean? Here and here. And there's the new spike, but this pushes up quite a bit more. So he's got that fit in there and where that new spike hits. So it's somewhere around there anyway. Whether it is a break or not, I don't really know, to be honest with you. Let's just leave it like that a bit. I mean, that 1,000 tick chart's rocketed up nicely. So maybe a small overshoot there. Either way, almost measured move. Yeah. Yeah. So, leg up, sideways, leg up. Yeah, it's hard to know where this thing could come down here. It could rock it up. No idea. Yeah, someone else has got that same channel. They've got more of a wick on their new spike, but that fits actually rather nice. I don't know what this chart is. I'm assuming it's the 2,000 tick chart. It's off Thomas Wade's forum, so you tend to think most people, but that doesn't look terrible. It looks like a two-tiered channel, doesn't it? That's completely different from mine. Let's see if this 1,000 tick chart gives us anything. Doesn't look much different, really. We've still got that discrepancy from the top of the new spike to here. Sometimes it's like this. You can't figure out why. Often wonder whether sometimes you're best off just get rid of the damn thing or start again. So that was how we initially had it, which looks nice to me. So we got a break and a new high. We had a bit of news there which accelerated that above this range because it was looking like we were going to pop above, clear out that liquidity and then maybe come back down. So at the moment, I'm not sure what's going on. But we've got a nice little channel there with a break. We've made a new high from this, so if it is a bigger channel and we've had a break, It's just not very clear at the moment. Yeah, look at that. Taylor's just put that up. He's done exactly the same thing. Got rid of the bigger channel. He's got that, but he's took that top line up to there. Whether you do that or not, I don't think it really matters. But we've had the break there. New high. Accelerated by that new spike and then up again. So, yeah, he's got rid of it as well. Sometimes if you can't make it fit, get rid of it or start again. And I can't get it to fit a big channel. I've got it on the 1,000 tick and it works in it, but it just doesn't fit nice. So let's get rid of it, I think. I'll tell you what, let's leave it on there so at least there's a, maybe if it comes down to here, goes up to here, maybe it will work in time, but it's not super clear. Maybe this is just a bigger range. It wouldn't be unheard of, would it? Yeah, maybe it is just a bigger range. So we could hit this. We could potentially get a bit higher. So we could go up, down. Who knows? So there's a possibility for something larger there, but some kind of uptrend, higher highs. Yeah. It's just trying to find something that works at the moment, isn't it? It's just kind of not working. If you have something from here which incorporates these two bottoms, you could say, yeah, okay. But then you got that. So, and that just looks odd, doesn't it? Well, no, tell a lie. You'd have to do it there, wouldn't you? Start it there. And, well, it looks odd now. It might not look odd in a few hours, but let's squeeze it a bit. I mean, that looks like the type of channel that Mac would have. And I'm not saying it's not right. I mean, obviously he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it a lot longer than me. But to me, it just looks a bit odd. So I find, for me personally, best thing to do is just get rid of it at the moment till I can figure out what's likely going on. But we could have a channel with a break new high, pull back, try to get lower, and then maybe start another channel. So there's always a possibility, something like that. Or it could be something like this, maybe just from here. It could be that if we push a bit higher, get to this, that would get us close to the top. So there may be something from there, but at the moment it's just a bit early in it, just to try and figure out. So whatever happens here, whether we had a bigger channel, we've made a new high after that, and we've had a breakdown. So are we going to push up? Well, technically we've had a break and a new high there by a tick or so. But we could have two attempts to go low, and then it could go up again. I don't know. No idea. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, Thomas Wade's got that. So he's got the bigger channel with the overshoot there, and the same that side, and a continuation up. There is kind of two legs down there. It's just not striking me full of excitement to go long there. I've got no idea what's going on here. I'm starting to think this may be just a larger range. Two legs for second entry short. Let's have a look at this. So, Thomas Wade had that like that. So, he's got his like that. Let's put it like that. Let's move that up to there. I'm not sure about that. So he's got that like that to there. Oh, damn it. And he's got that there, I think. I can't get anything I like, really. So whatever happens, if there's a break here, we've had a new high there. So I think it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, it could continue up. But let's just leave that like that initially. Break at a new high. See what happens here. But we've got kind of a couple of legs down. It's going sideways, so it could go up, could go down. We have made a new high from here. I don't think this is a bigger channel. It doesn't seem to be making much sense. It's a bit too early. Yeah, it's just stacking up. It can get you into trouble, this. There is a second entry short there, but it's a bit sideways. I don't like the wick. Wick top and bottom. Have a look here. Is there a channel down there? There may be. Possibly, yeah. I'd have preferred it to come up and confirm the top of this, really, and it may do, and stop out that bar there. Tell a lie, it's not a second entry. There's the second entry. Let me have a look. There's a kind of a failure there. I don't know. It's a bit stacked up a bit there. Okay, so it did come down. See, on there, that kind of looks like a bull flag, doesn't it? It's a bit steep down for a bull flag. Yeah, it's a bit hard to work out what's going on. It's clearly working down at the moment, but where's it going to go? Down to here or down? It's not very clear, is it? Yeah, so I don't think it matters whether you got that channel, something larger. We've broke the highs of it anyway, so this looks like it's coming down. How far it does, who knows? Right, I'm careful going short here. This fills me full of dread, this does. I've taken shorts here before when you think, okay, this is the third time. Triggers you and pushes up. This kind of looks like a bull flag. I'd have expect that to be a little bit more like that angle. But I think it's still considered a bull flag. Which means we could get a push out the top. So I've got to be careful looking for a short here, even though we're kind of coming down, because I have a feeling this may just push up over here. Thousand tick chart is interesting. I just don't like this. I suppose you could say that is a channel with an overshoot. And often an overshoot results in a steeper pullback. So I'm just going to sit and wait here. It could sting you there, trigger you and push up. So I'd rather wait for a lower high here. He's got the same as that, has he? Yeah, I just think this is a bit confusing, this, to have a bigger channel. That makes kind of more sense. But a lot of that was fueled by the news, but it was just that other push-up that kind of confused me. So I think the simple answer is, if it is a bit confusing, just get rid of it and just start smaller. Range and small trends, yeah. It may even turn into a range, and this just might be the top of it. But sometimes it will range like this and then push up and range at a higher level, and then sometimes it will come down and do the same. So if this does come down, it'd be interesting to see how it reacts at the top of this. You know, we could sort of range there, from there to there. It's hard to say. So that did come down. There's no second entry there, really, so there's no real trade. The only thing I say for a trade here is you've got a little channel with an overshoot. And as we know, with an overshoot, often we get a strong pullback or a reversal, but There we go. There's no setup on the 2000 tick chart, so there's nothing you could have taken here, really. You can't really enter that. Even though it bounces off there, really. For me, there's no second entry. It doesn't look appealing. It could push up. You don't know where it's going to go, really. You like to think it's probably going to come down there, but I don't think you can take trades based on probably. You've got to have a little bit more of an indication. So it's hard to know where this thing's going to go now. That was okay. Channel break. As we pushed up to the top, it was the news that took it there. And then we pulled back. We had another go and pulled back again. So, wow, look at this dropping now. So there'll be liquidity there. I don't doubt it. So there'll be quite a lot around that middle bit, just below that middle line. There'll be some there. So I think if we can get below that area there, I'll be shocked if this thing doesn't. I won't be shocked if this thing doesn't come right down to the bottom. But after that, there may be traders holding that. I can't see. Surely you take your profits up here, wouldn't you? But it tends to work that way sometimes. And there may be some there. Like, surely if you take a trade here and you have that pull back and retest, as that starts to come back, you're thinking about taking profits, surely, or at least taking most of it. You wouldn't think with that big move there'd be much left here. But you don't know how other people trade. So I can't see what's stopping this now. So I'd say this level here, did that make... Sorry. Yeah, did that make that measured move, did it? It didn't, did it? No. Doesn't matter. So this is coming down, I think. Let's have a look. Right, so liquidity down here, but I can see this going bum, 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 straight through that lot. So, clearly not a bull flag. I think bull flags are more like that. I think that's a little break, a new high, and a reversal. So channel down, small break. I can't see this coming back up to here. Maybe a bit of liquidity there, but not much. There's more down here for sure. Okay, so at this middle line at the moment, there is a bit of support there, you can see it. But I think this is going to come straight down. So Thomas Wade has got that like that. And let's have a look at that. That actually doesn't look that bad. It's fitting nice along that midline. So that might be right. It may be just a two-tiered channel. I don't often go for that, but that fits that nice. I can't ignore it, I don't think. Apple Watch is telling me to stand. I'm ignoring it. Okay, so that's taken out that liquidity. So for me, I can't see any reason why this wouldn't come down now. Whether it'll do it in one go or we get a bit of a pullback. If that is a channel, I'll be surprised if it does just come down without at least making an attempt of a pullback. Yes, just read something on Thomas Wade's forum. Interesting. Someone took a trade which wasn't really good. And someone's put just to be care or just be care not to think because it was a win, it was a good trade. You want to reward yourself for the execution, not the outcome. That's interesting. That is. It's a good point to remind yourself. It's about taking a good trade. The outcome is kind of irrelevant to a degree. The most important part is I suppose the outcome is a byproduct, isn't it? It's obviously a good byproduct. That's what we want. But it's more important, not that it wins, that it was a good setup, because it's good to enforce. It's good to encourage good behaviour, isn't it? It's very easy to get into a trade from lack of patience and it wins and you think, yes, good on you. When, you know... Oh, I very nearly started singing then. I forgot where I was for a second. I forgot I was on a live stream. I was just typing something. I'm a bit of a singer when I'm on my own. At least burst into song there. I'm glad I didn't. Might have been a bit embarrassing. And you might have unfriended me or unsubscribed. Yeah, it's important to remind yourself and to keep it in mind. This is just a bigger range. It's about the execution, isn't it? Not whether it wins or loses, really. Obviously, we want our trades to win, but it's about taking a good setup and following our rules. And really, the rest is sort of, it is what it is, isn't it? It is important to focus on taking a good setup, not thinking about, I want another $200 today, let's have a go here, type thing. So, channel with a break and a new low, a couple of legs up. It's hard to know what's going on here. I think it's probably going to find its way down the bottom at some point. Okay, there is a possible second entry short here. Do I like it? Not quite yet. It's a bit far from that EMA. And if we are in if we are in this two-tier channel, we're in the first tier. We've pushed straight down into the second tier. We are bouncing off here, but I think if I'm going to take a trade, I would rather it be a lower high and have a little bit more confirmation we're coming down. But would I really want to take a trade from that midline? I'm not a fan of them when there's this big vacant area here. And not when it's 16 ticks just for the bar. Although there's quite likely going to be some stops below there, but it's just not something I want to get into. That it's just too big for me, and it's this big area here. There's probably going to be some liquidity there, maybe there, possibly there. I think we're coming down to the bottom, so there are areas that I think that price is likely to clear up first. That being one of them. That being a second one, and that possibly being a third one, which, funnily enough, takes us up to some support here. So whether it will or not, I don't know. But we have got a vacant area. So I think it's a good point that price is going to break there and there, at least these two areas, which will give us a leg and a leg, a little leg, sideways and a leg, which should take these two bits of liquidity out. There is some there. I can't see why it wouldn't pick that off and retest this area, which brings us back into this top part of the channel. But that's just pure likely, possibly stuff. But looking at the 1,000 tick chart, there is kind of two legs and a bearish bar here, but it's this bit at this area I don't like here that isn't infilled. And not only that, if that is a channel with an overshoot, we could get a strong pullback. So it's hard to know what's going on here. But I wouldn't want to be in a short trade here just at the moment. That 1,000 tick chart there, if you're in that bearish bar, you're triggered. It's looking like you're about to get the kiss of death on you. And if it breaks there, it'll break there, and then I think it'll start picking off these other bits before it. And once we get above this, it'll take us into this top tier if it is a 2-tier, and that may come up even higher. So, having said that, we could go 1, 2, 3 and rock it down. But while I think there's areas of liquidity which is cheap, I think price is more likely going to take some of this, at least this maybe. Let's have a look. See that that 1,000 tick chart, it's stacked, although we have had a quick push down. I just don't like what price is doing. This may fail and push up, but yeah, this is just not for me at the moment. I mean, in fact, in all honesty, that could be a triple test. And it may come down. We're kind of at that midline and at the EMA, so it may not be terrible. I'm not taking this at the moment because this is just a bit unclear. So you could say 1, 2, 3 triple test, and it may work, but I just don't like it. I think you get used to just looking at a picture and going, I don't like this. This kind of picture has treated me badly in the past, so I'm not sure what I want to do here. So it may come rocketing down, but I don't know anybody else, but I don't like the look of this. Has anybody else taken it? The forum, can't see anything. The fact that it's worked is a bit irrelevant for me. I just don't like it. I mean, you could say it's a triple test. The bit that is confusing me at the minute is this. What's going on here? Initially, it was like that, see? And then we had an overshoot, which could get a stronger pullback. But I don't know. If it is like this, I'm never a fan of these two-tiered channels taking something off that midline. But that's just me. I can't see anybody who's taken it. Baby Squid took it on a limit order about here. Yeah, someone said very broad channel. Wasn't sure about that one. Yeah, I think most people stayed out of it so far. I mean, it is looking like it's coming down here, but you just don't know whether it's going to trigger you. Rocket up, take out, stops, bounce along this area, and then work down again. I mean, the one thing going for it is it was a triple test. 1, 2, 3, and it was kind of 2 legs up, wasn't it? 2 legs in a bearish bar, which held. Yeah, I think most people left it. Someone else said didn't take it, wasn't sure. Very broad. Wasn't sure about that one. It was a couple are saying it was a triple test. In fact, some people have got better bars than me. I didn't like that one. Matching little top there. Didn't like that one. This is just an example of someone else's chart. That didn't look too bad. He had a second entry short there. You could see the triple test, but I just wasn't so sure. And if I'm not sure about it, I just leave it. Hey, Bob, how you doing, mate? How are you doing? But yeah, it's hard to say at the moment. I mean, the channel, in fact, may be something like that. It's hard to say at the moment. I'm just not sure. Maybe. This bit threw me, so if I'm not sure, I just leave it. The best option is if you're not sure, just leave it alone. Okay, so now we're down to lows of the day by a tick. So leg and a leg. Now let's see what happens now. Looking on the bigger picture, we may get another leg down. In fact, I think we've probably already had it now, not quite. It's hard to say. I'm not immediately jumping into this. Let's take that down now to there. That fits. In fact, let's put it down to there. That fits better. Yeah, I don't want to take a short here. Or, sorry, a long here either. Because there may be something larger. Let's have a look. Possible. I don't even want to take a long here, really. I mean, it may work. But the thing's 14 ticks and ain't finished yet. No, that's too rich for my blood, that is. Could be a couple of legs up. There may be something larger here, and this could potentially come down and retest this again, which means a possible second entry short. Takes out that, but I'm just staying out of this just at the moment. So if this is a two-tiered channel, there's an overshoot. Yeah, see, that was too big, that was. May work, it may rock it up. But it may come down and retest this. That would be easy liquidity for another push up then. Leg down, break, come down, make a retest of this, or try and retest it. Take that easy bar out. Let's have a look. So channel. Now we have come down and bounced off the bottom, so it may not come down at all. But a lot of times it will come down and at least have a go, and it ain't got to get down far to take that out. So there's a failure there. Let's see if that triggers and comes down. So it may trap some longs. I wouldn't want to take that, put it that way. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So if it takes out that one, it may take out that. So it's just sitting and waiting at the moment. Let's see if that goes. I'll be shocked if it doesn't at least take that one out. Not only has it triggered that, it's triggered that now. This is looking like a trap to me, this is. There's a bit of a battle going on, I think, there. Excuse me a sec. Right. Okay, it looks like it's going to push up that. It could still come down, but there was a higher low there. Maybe that'll have been all right. My only issue I have with that is it's flipping huge. So if you put a tick above there or close to, look at that, it's 5 points really. I ain't risking $500 on that, not a chance. Now we have made a new low, interesting, but sometimes it'll just come down and have another test, and then anything you get in, it'll take it out. But that to me looks like maybe it's off now. So, touch, touch, touch. I think now that we could probably push that up a bit. So maybe there's something like that. But let's work out where it could still possibly bounce. Leg, break, leg, bounce off here, retest of this, come down. We've made a new low by tick or two, and then we're starting to move up. Okay, that's interesting. So we're going to push there. Now, it always makes me nervous, this, when we don't get up to the tops here. So sometimes it will trigger some longs, come down, take out some liquidity there and there, and then push up. So that liquidity is gone. That one will as well, I'm pretty sure. You get long, it traps you, comes down, stops you out, takes out that liquidity. So I'm just staying out of this. So if you took that failure, you're safe still. I still think this could come down a bit more. I'm not ready to go long just yet, I don't think. Especially not that. Look at the size of that. I thought that was big. 5 points. That's got to be 6.5 points top and bottom there. So my dog sounds like he's joking. Okay, so break. I wouldn't want to be taking that, not at the moment, because we could have another leg down. Take that out. There's going to be liquidity right under there. And I do not want to get into that. 21 ticks. So tick above, tick below. I'm not risking $600 on that. $600 times 5, $3,000. A chance. Can imagine how much liquidity is below there. So have we made a new high by a tick? I don't think so. We've made a little double top. I think that's in jeopardy. I do. There'll be liquidity there and there. You can guess how much is going to be there and there. So this thing could just flush. Something's filling me full of bad feelings here. So I would not want to be in that trade now. Push up, one attempt to go lower, second attempt to go lower. We may get a push up from this, but I'd like to break below there because the last thing I want to do is get into a long trade with all this liquidity. I'd like to clean it off first. And the way that's looking, it's certainly trying. Leg and a leg. This may be a penguin style trade. Push up, 2 attempts to go lower, and up we go. But I wouldn't even consider entering until we've at least cleared out any stops there, and you can guess there's going to be some leg up, big strong bar like that, takes you into the trade. There'll be liquidity there and there and there. Whether it'll get down there, you may be safe there, but and it could be a triple test. So possible second entry long. But I want it to break below there because it could trigger you and come down. So not only is it taking out stops there and there, it's taking out stops there. So this is a sitting. Okay, we have a little breakdown there. Is that taking out stops? Depends how far you put your stop behind, whether you put it there or not, I don't know. We still got to go down a little bit lower for me. Have a look at this. Push up, 2 attempts to go lower and up again. Channel break, new low. We haven't had a new low from this channel. Whether we'll get one or not, I don't know. I thought when it breaks below there may be some buy orders to push this up. But I don't think we broke below there enough. Now, we tend to, as a patch trader, you tend to put your stop one, and that's a bit better. You tend to put your stop 1 tick. Pretty sure other traders will have a little more. But there is liquidity down there as well. So there is possibly this thing could be in a bigger downtrend. It's always possible, in which case it may come down some more. Let me just try this again, see where this got us to. It's possible that there's still this downtrend, and we've had 2 pushes. We've had a break, push up, channel break, attempted a new high, and then continue on down. So there we go. That's, to me, looks like. So I think it's more likely that that channel may be right now. I put that down because I didn't want to get suckered into thinking this was just a range and we were going to push off. So any liquidity there and there's got taken out. So let's see what happens now. Sometimes I've got into trades here thinking we're going to go up, and it's important just to check you're still not in a downtrend. Just because I got rid of it doesn't mean it's not there. So we took out any possible liquidity that may still be left. There is some down here. I mean, this thing could just be a big range. It probably is. So really, up, down, up, down. It's really just going sideways. So you'd expect it to push up from somewhere down here, but it may come below those lows first. I can't see much liquidity below there, really. Surely you'd want to get out of this thing. But after such a big move down, who knows? So, in fact, let's just put mark down here so at least I know where there's there's an area that may get to. What, lad? Okay. Excuse me, just a sec. Okay, still looking like it may be working down. So we've broken these lows. Am I ready to go long? No, not yet. We could have another second entry short here. I thought they was going to push off there, but we continue down. And if this is a channel, we're not quite got to the bottom of it. So I got no idea what's going on here at the moment. No, it hasn't been broken yet, has it? It's hard to know whether it is, but I can't see how it's not. Especially after we broke below the lows there and pushed up, we still came down and went lower. So I'm not ready to go long yet. I'm not even excited about going short at the moment. Yeah, Thomas Wade's got this. Has he changed it or not? Yeah, he's got this same channel, so. Well, he's got his from there. So he can pull this down a touch to about there. Something like that. So there is a second entry short there, which may work. But I'm staying out of this at the moment because we broke below the lows. This could go a bit higher. It may work. It's possible. But I'm not sure about this at the moment. If this is a channel, we're at the bottom here. We're struggling to get down here, so we may get a steeper pullback. Could come up and retest this area. It could do a bunch of stuff. But that to me is just not exciting me. It's making me nervous. Now, it may work. It may come rushing down again. But this to me is just a little risky. Not only that, it's 14 ticks. Tick above, tick below. I ain't risking that much. Okay. Sailor and Thomas Wade took it. Maybe it was okay then. Okay, quite a few took it by me. I'm just not sure when it's at the bottom here. Okay, but it worked. Let's have a look who took it. So Thomas Wade took it. Right, okay. They've got this channel. Their channel's slightly different from me. They've got it there. Which it could be. But we're missing out a chunk of that bar there. Let's have a look. Yeah, Thomas Wade's got it the same. Okay, so maybe it is. Maybe it is there. It's unusual to do that, isn't it? Unless we take it from there. Would possibly be a little better. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm just not sure. This is where yours is it? Max struggled yesterday to find a good setup. Yeah, there wasn't a lot, was there? I'm glad he marked mine anyway. Well, he marked it slightly green as a green trade, the trade I took, so I'm glad he marked it. I always like it if he marks my trades. So it was a second entry short. If I'd have had me channel there, then I would have taken it. My only issue with it is it's big. So I'd have wanted that on a limit order. So it crossed over, pushed up, came down. We didn't get a limit order, or I certainly didn't get a limit order. And I'm just not willing to risk $400 times 5. I don't want to risk $2,000. Trouble is, if this is the bottom of the channel, we come down. We're not getting close enough to here, which tells me this market is likely to have a break. So I think we may get something like this. Because we're not getting, there's a distance between here, isn't there? There's that distance between there that's making me nervous. Whenever we get down and we don't get down low enough, often we'll have a break. In fact, there's a failure on here now. Still not convinced I know what's going on at the moment. I mean, it started off ranging. Now we're broke out the bottom by a tick, pulled back in, and now we're out again. Is this making 3 bounces and we go up? Bounce, bounce, bounce. Kind of like a triple test. Now that, if we do get a bounce there, that kind of gives me my prognosis on this. 1 leg up, 1 leg down, 1 leg up. Clear out possibly there. But there's a distance between there and the bottom of the channel. We're close enough to it here. But whenever we usually get that, often we'll get a break. Oh, quick bit of selling there. That's interesting. 5-5 might be magnet. Yeah. Be interesting to see whether it does push up above that first. We're up, we're down. A little bit of rejection there. But then we had a quick bit of selling, but then it's taken it back. So there is a failure there trapping that bar. But I'm nervous about that because now it's stacking up. Yeah, it's struggling to get down. We came down, pushed up, came down, pushed up, so I don't want to take a short here. I'd like to see it break above at least that. And I don't like this because that probably wouldn't have been a bad trade if it looked right. Second entry long triggered and then down. We're kind of where we want to be here, but because of this distance from here to the bottom of the channel, often it results in a break, and taking a short here wouldn't be a good idea, but who knows. Couldn't do nothing with that really anyway, so it's broken below there. But we still got this distance, which makes me a little bit unsettled. Okay. So that did work. There wasn't really anything there. There was a failure there. But I don't want to take that because it's looking a bit weird. It could go a little bit. We could have a leg and a leg, and a failure could trap you there. It's a little bit stacked and a little bit unclear. That I think was an okay trade now. I had my chart, something slightly different. It was over here, which means there was some vacant area here. But Thomas and what's it? Both moved their charts down. He's crossed out off that little bit. Thomas is, I don't know what, I can't see his, or maybe I can. Yeah, see, his fits to that wick. Mine mine doesn't. If I put mine on that wick and go up to the top of the bar, I'm way off it here. So I do see Mac quite often miss out a little bit, so maybe I can just miss it enough to go like that. It has, mate. You're right. Good point. Straight down to it. The trouble is, when you've been kind of ranging and you get down to this area where you have a breakout, it could fail. So I don't know whether it's me overthinking things or being overcautious, but what I find is when I'm at this level of cautious, I have a much better win rate. When I stay out of trades that I feel something doesn't feel right, my win rate is much better. I take less trades, but I win less, so overall I'm better off. But I didn't have my channel where I was comfortable with it. So it's okay. It's much better to miss a channel if you're not sure about what's going on than get in and think, oh shit, why did I take that? I should have, if I'm not sure, I should have just left it. But there you go. But yeah, we did take out that level, nicely pushed straight through it. But I don't like this. That one, yes, I think is okay. But at the time, my top of my channel was over here. So with this distance here, a lot of time we'll have a break, and that could have led to this sideways and another push back up. So taking a trade here, you know, and possibly even taking that out. Leg down, one attempt high, second attempt to go. It could have got above that. It could have bounced off that before it pushed down some more. So I just wasn't a fan of this stuff. It just filled me full of nice rosy feelings. Not only that, with a bit of side was there, it could have broke out, come back up. There you go. I'm going to finish up in a couple of minutes, folks. My daughter's 16th today, so I did say I was just going to do a couple of hours till 4:30. Yeah, it starts off ranging, and then you think, okay, is there something higher? And then it comes down, and you think, okay, we're coming down to this level. We've been down here before, and we had a bounce there, broke it by a new tick, and had a nice strong push up. And then we came down and broke it again. Then we pull back in, and then we're sort of edging between in the range and out the range, and then all of a sudden it drops. Congrats on what, mate? On what? The fact that I'm patient enough to not take a trade, or that I've managed to bring up a 16-year-old without tearing me hair out. And trust me, girls are way more expensive than guys. With guys, you ain't got to worry about face creams and makeups and nails. And yeah, she's 16 today, bud. 16 today. It's amazing how quick it goes. Absolutely amazing how the time flies. was her very first steps. She was just before her 1-year-old birthday, I think. She was born with masses of hair, but where I used to work, I used to jog home about 1.5 miles in my lunchtime just to see her, and I just managed to, she'd grab hold of me thumbs, and I managed to get my thumbs out the way, and she took 3 steps. That was just before her first birthday, I think. But crikey, I tell you what, the time does not fly. It really does. Oh, I've just shut down YouTube. Okay, I'll shut it down for a second. I'm back in now. Okay, let's have this one little last look, see what happens here. Yeah, it's actually a really nice fitting channel now, to be honest with you. It's a shame about that, really. But there you go. It did make me nervous, 1, because of the size, and 2, because we come away from the bottom there. But we do seem to be kind of looping down now, so I think this is more likely to have a break. So there you go. I think I'm done for today, folks. I did say I was going to do a couple of hours today. So, yeah, it does look like we kind of went a bit sideways. I think we had 2 legs up and then this thing is reversed. So that's making a bit more sense. We had part range, I think. We were kind of ranging from there to there. And I think that's the key. Started sideways, had a leg and a leg, and then we reversed. So we did have a leg down here and a leg down there, but this has gone further. But we had that great big push down. 2 attempts to push higher, so I think I wouldn't be surprised if we end up down here by the day. So I'd think this is probably just 1 leg. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up down here at some point later in the day. So there you go. I'm finishing for the day, folks. I'm going to spend the day with my daughter today. It's the 16th, so look, best of luck. I hope you get a setup. And failing that, I'll be back tomorrow. It's Friday. This thing looks like it's about to tank, doesn't it? I'll be back tomorrow. So have a great day. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.